cautionary tale of fear and lust and pride based on actual events where people died.
No one died, but how far would you go to be popular and hot? Would you resist temptation?
No, you would not. Just admit it. Sometimes mean is what you are. Mean is easier than nice, and the mean can take.
It's showtime. Welcome to our show. Let's look at all things musicals, and today it's all about. Alright, before we start, let's tell you a little about the show. Mean Girls. Homeschooled Cady Heron may think she knows a thing or two about survival of the fittest, thanks to her zoologist mom, but high school is a whole new level of savage. When Cady devises a plan to end Regina's reign, she learns the hard way that you can't cross a queen bee without getting stung. Our principal cast features Cady Heron, Regina George, Janice Sarkeesian, I definitely pronounced that wrong, Damien Hubbard, Gretchen Wieners, Karen Smith, Aaron Samuels, Kevin Napple, Mrs. Heron, Miss Norbury, Mrs. George, and Mr. DeBarley. Start to all about the show. To the movie. I remember actually watching the movie in high school. It was in year 9 English. Don't get why we watched it still to this day. You know, I mean, some of the films we did watch in school were connected to control assessments and all that, but this I don't really understand why we did watch it. Yeah, and I think I was like, oh my god, why are we doing this? Can we not just get back to lessons instead? But no, this show's completely different to the film. And I think the cultural references is a big example of that. Let me check when the film's released. 2004. Okay, so the film was released in 2004. So a lot of the social medias we have today didn't exist back then. I know, right? I'm very old. We get it. A lot of social media didn't exist back then. And yet they mentioned a lot of references to it in the production. Mentioned TikTok, Instagram, the Facebook, and all that, and whatever you want to call the bird one these days. We didn't have that. But I kind of loved how they made it relatable to today's culture, to today's society, which of course is very much that social media age, and everyone's desperate for the likes and the, and the follows and all that. There was a lot of pink. I'll try my best, but this will have to do. I mean, if you mix these two colours together, you do get pink. I know I've done it in art. Actually, have mixed colours. It does work. So yeah, there was a lot of pink there. I actually found this more enjoyable than the film. So yeah, I mean, it's happened quite a few times that I've watched musical adaptations of a film. And I thought, well, do you know what? I think the musical adaptation is better than the film. But this was a lot more enjoyable. The characters, they were okay, actually. Most of them actually were okay, really. I mean, a lot of them are quite annoying in the film, but here in the production, I felt the musical actually developed their characters a bit more. We got a bit more layers to particular characters. Which I think was really, really loved, and it doesn't make them feel like one-dimensional, which I think is really, really great. It's got that very classic high school setting, it kind of does use the classic, high school storyline of, oh, we've got homecoming, we're all about, we're a bit about the king and queen, We got the bitchy girl, and the one that rules the roost, and her her minions, sidekicks, bit on the sides, what you want to call them, you know, coming on in tow. It's that classic storyline, but it's interesting how to do their own take on it. So, and of course, you do wonder who's actually really the hero here. You know, because it's interesting. In the first act, they make Katie likable, and the second act, they just make her horrible. I'll talk more about that in the character section later on. So that's cool. And we got some great musical numbers. I loved how at the beginning when they made it look like, oh, we have a bit of narration, but of course, but not bottom of the musical section a bit later on. But yeah, we had some great musical numbers. We had a different range of melodies and tempos, which was really good. It did not make it feel like a sort of one-sided soundtrack. Actually, I think a couple of them I would listen to again. So that's that's good. Yeah, and I think some of the backgrounds looked really great. And when they did the bus, that actually looked really believable. I was wondering how they're going to do that, but it actually did kind of feel really believable. So that was quite good there. Yeah, I just think, and yeah, so we had a lot of, like I said, the wardrobe. We had a lot of pink. I'd say we had a lot of pink. But in terms of what wardrobe, you had your typical, you know, school clothes and outfits and all that. It was a bit quite adult. There were at times I thought, oh, this is a bit risque, you know, and then and yet the film was rated a 12. It was, yeah, so but I felt maybe the musical maybe just pushed it at the envelope a bit more, but yeah, so but I mean, you can get away with that musical because obviously it's not really, not a lot of these musicals, you're not really supposed to have the kids in the audience, so I thought they pushed it out a bit more than they did in the actual film, maybe. Although it's quite hard to remember for me to remember what I felt, because it's been years now since I actually saw that. I saw it once, but it's in school, so it's been quite a lot since I've seen that. But yeah, I've not seen the film version of this musical, which was released earlier this year. I've not seen that. I don't know if I would want to see that. No. Would I enjoy it more if I did see the film version of that? The trailer did not give me good vibes, because I remember the trailer coming up when I went to go and see Wish last year, and also Migration back in February. I think it was going to be like a late February, early spring release in the UK. Okay. So I did a couple of I saw before that it came out. So like Wish, Migration, the trailer came up from there. Bit surprised the trailer came up for those films, because you know how when you go to a cinema, they're supposed to say to you, all these trailers have been selected for our audience and they're age appropriate. Well, I'm not sure the trailer for Mean Girls is something you want to show before Wish and Migration, because those are more you, whereas Mean Girls will be more of a 12A. Yeah, I might have to think about that, because I did like this production. I'm just wondering if I could sort of musical film version of this show. Would I really like it a bit more? So I think maybe I won't bother for now, but I might be tempted to maybe sometimes. Yeah, really great production. Because I remember when I watched the film, I was like, oh god. It's like, why? I don't need to see Lindsay Lohan making a more bigger fool of herself. In fact, I remember watching the film and just not liked her character from the get-go. Whereas in the musical, she had me go for the first half, Katie, and I was like, no. Yeah, so that's interesting how some of the characters, your perception of them changed compared to the film and the musical. Because in the film, a lot of those characters are like, I've not got time for them. But in the musical, I actually was more intrigued with some of them, and actually maybe thought, oh, actually they're really not as bad as we think they are. But yeah, so. And of course, when we get to the character section, I will be focusing on just the musical, not the film. Okay. Okay, so we'll be focused on their role in the show, not the film. Okay, so that's when we get to character section a little bit later on. Yeah, so I thought that was really good. I was some characters. My perceptions about them changed compared to when I first watched the film, so that's really good. A lot of them were more enjoyable. Yeah, but I know it's really interesting, yeah, because obviously a lot of people we all know the film. You know, it's an iconic teen film. But yeah, I feel like the film's an acquired taste. You're gonna love it or you're not gonna like it. But with the musical production, I actually thought it was really good. I actually liked the musical version just a lot more than the film. So that's really great. Yeah, so it was actually quite enjoyable. I wasn't sure how I was gonna feel about this, because obviously with having seen the film, I was like, oh no, is it gonna be like the film? I'm gonna be like watching it thinking, oh my god, why am I there? But no, I thought it was quite good. It was good production, and yeah, I feel it was interesting. You know, it's up there. It's another example of a film being tied to a musical that I thought was actually better than the actual film. So that's really. Alright then, we'll now move on to the musical numbers. So we'll start with Act 1. So we've got a cautionary tale, It Roars. We've got a reprise of It Roars. Where Do You Belong? Meet the Plastics. Stupid with Love. Apex Predator. What's Wrong with Me? Stupid with Love, reprise. Stack Say. Someone Gets Hurt. Revenge Party. Fearless. And a reprise of Someone Gets Hurt. Right, a cautionary tale. I love how it kind of feels like it's the ratio, you know, you got Janice and Damien. I love how Janice tries to make it like it's a horror story. Like how this is about a cautionary tale about death. And then David's have to like, no one died! It's almost like David's have to try and tell the audience not to leave the seats, because I'm not sure I want to stick around if it was a horror story. Yeah, really, so I really love how, because even though we don't really get narration, it kind of feels like that could be them telling a story, like they could be narrators and just pop up now and then. Help them pop up. I bet it's a really great way to open the show. So It Roars is kind of where we get introduced to Cady. I'm now confused whether she's Cady or she's Cady. Should we just go with Cady for now? Cady? Is that how we say it? So Where Do You Belong is a great way for us to be introduced to the high school setting. And try to see, you know, where Cady may fit in with them. And then you don't meet the Plastic. Now, I feel Regina's got a lot of billionaire songs in this production. And here's the first. Meet the Plastic. It's kind of that, it always kind of feels like that moment in a horror film when the music starts to then change. It's like, oh, why does everything all get a bit scary? You know, it's like hide behind the pillow moment, or does anyone want a tea? Coffee? Soda? Okay, here comes the minge. You know, I mean, alright, here we go. And the way they all, the plastics arrive, it's kind of like, ooh, enter supervillain. And then when we meet each of them one by one, it's like, ooh, yeah, ooh, it does sound a bit like chills to the back of the spine moment there, even though obviously the henchmen aren't really that all messed up, but it just I feel like that it's kind of like chills on the back of the spine. It's like, ooh, yeah. Stupid with Love. Oh, typical love song. So I don't need to say more about that. And also, I feel a bit sort of weird how there's moments where it can't, everyone just can't just freeze. It's like it's just Cady. So like, remember when they're doing the scene, and then all of a sudden Cady's on, and everyone else just like freezes. And then it's always like, pause, reality, resume. It's like, I was just like, either have them all there in the background, or just have them off and Katie does the song herself. But it's just like a typical Piney Whiny love song, but it just it did feel awkward in those ways. Like the rest of them just like they're like pausing, like, and it's like it just feels kind of this feels wrong. It's kind of like one of those weird spontaneous versus song moments. Apex Predator. So this was a great way to just basically sort who Regina is. Yeah, because she's like basically a predator. That's how she's kind of been alliterated as. And this number really just sums it up quite brilliantly. And also, this is when obviously Jaya starts to get a plan in motion, isn't it? Try to make Cady see the light. Like, this is not Regina. She's not pretty. She's complete psycho bitch. And all. Yeah, things like that. So what's wrong with me? So this is Gretchen, and I felt this was the point where I then thought, oh, I really feel for Gretchen. Because when we first meet Gretchen, I thought, okay, yeah, she's the classic. She's not the head sidekick, the one who literally will just spy on everyone and just rat back to the boss. But this number kind of made me saw a different side to Gretchen. And I thought, oh, the poor thing. She just wants to have real friends in her life. So I really felt for Gretchen in that number, really. Really. I don't worry, talking about sexy. Oh, Karen. Karen. Well, at least Karen gets a solo. But I think we could have done without this solo. Okay? I think we could have done without that. Someone gets hurt. Regina's next sort of villain song. At first, I kind of thought this was basically like a fuck you. It kind of had like fuck you vibes. Yeah, you've got an X and you just want to go fuck you. I thought it was lean to that, but then towards the end it got a bit twisted and they're just snogging in front of Cady. It's like, oh, this is like, it went from fuck you to manipulation and just bitches. Yeah, it's kind of. Again, it's like with me, the plastic, it's like the tempo kind of went sort of moody, sort of dark, complete unexpected, and it's like chills back to the spine. Yeah, this was kind of, yes, this was like, ooh, so I was like, ooh, is it her saying to fuck you, Aaron, or is it like, let's actually go and fuck? It's like, But it then leads brilliantly into Revenge Party, where it's like, this is it, right, this is that. And this is a great fun upbeat number when they're basically like, we're gonna just basically get the bitch. It's like Kay's now on board. Yeah, okay, let's do it. Let's fuck her up. Fuck her up and beat the crap out of her, not fuck her up as in. You Yags need to make that phrase more clearer because there's two meanings to fuck them up. All right, you need to make clear which one it is. But I love how it's like they're all on board. So Janice, Damien, Cady's now on board. And it's just brilliant. The girl actually just ruined Regina's life. It's like, yeah, and I like, yeah, just go for it. Just do it. Do it. Just like, yeah, just go for it. Take the bitch down. Take it down, Peggle 2. Rip her hair. Go! Punch her! Rip her wig off. Yeah. And then you had Fearless. Now, I thought this was an interesting number because it kind of, for me, it gave me end of show vibes, not this is kind of like the last number before the end of the first act. Because at this point, it's when they basically all, take Regina down a peg or two. Cady's now sees the top dog. And I just, yeah. It's a great, don't get me wrong, it is a great number. It's really a very empowering number. But I just feel like this should maybe have been at the end of the show, not how we end the first act. But the actual end of show number actually is a lot better and kind of works better. But yeah, but I kind of felt with Fearless, I thought, why is this card put here when maybe it should be put towards the end of the whole thing? Yeah, it was kind of an interesting way to end for the first act in a way, but it is a great number. If I always like this in our schools, we'll have lifetime songs, yeah. But yeah. Okay, so my favourites from this art, A Cautionary Tale, Apex Predator, What's Wrong With Me, and Revenge Party. I'm gonna go with those. That's gonna be my personal snack. So here's Act 2. We start Act 2 with a reprise of A Cautionary Tale. We've got Stop, reprise of What's Wrong With Me, Whose House Is This, More Is Better, a reprise of Someone Gets Hurt, World Burn, I'd Rather Be Me, reprise of Fearless, Do the Thing, and I See Stars. Right, we'll just go straight to Stop. So Stop is basically Damien's big number, and I kind of feel this is maybe something that all you youths need on your playlists. I kind of feel if there's one song that every generation in the world needs on their playlist for the teens, it needs to be this one. Because then we can see what a clearly social mess Cady is and thoughts, right, nope, you're not posting. It's like, nope, not posting that. It takes a while, but it's like, right, listen to this bit. Sit down, bitch, listen to this number. I'm going to go through it bit by bit. It's basically like, look, before you like to speak about doing this, before you pause that, before you want to go for this, and everyone's like, oh, everyone's like, try to be on social media with what they like. So like, yeah, if there's any, if somebody wanted to make a campaign against social media, this song would probably be the number that they would use in the adverts. But yeah, so I thought it was brilliant. So kids, you need this song in your playlist. Wait till you're 18, and then it'll all be fine. Oh, hang on, what am I kidding? I started consecrating at 16, so... Okay, wait till you're 16, then it'll be fine, okay? Who am I to talk? Okay, I don't really want to focus on whose house this, because I just felt, oh my god, it's complete... that just like drilling in my head. You know, it just kind of felt like the, like a complete rave party. Like, all was missing was people getting tipsy and the drugs. Oh, wait a minute! No, someone did get tipsy. Cady! Because the next one, you know, we're talking about More Is Better. I'm like, is this supposed to be an emotional number? Or is Cady literally just completely rat-assed? I thought there were some people mostly between her and Aaron. But most of the time I thought, okay, she's off her face. She's completely rat-assed. So it's like, it was hard for me to kind of like feel with this number. So, yeah. World Burn. The hat trick of Regina's Burn songs. And this was the one where I thought, oh yeah, this is actually quite, this is actually, this is hellbent here. This is hellbent. This is like, right, fuck you all. Screw the world. I'm gonna literally just, you know. And some of the lyrics were like, lyrics were quite powerful, like how, which like, I brought the gasoline. It's like, oh my god, this bitch actually probably would burn us all alive. It's like, oh! You just basically see the full extent that Regina will be willing to go. And yet, of course, it does backfire on her. Because she just then gets hit by a bus. And for some strange reason, then gets a personality transplant, which I don't really believe, but that's the character section at the moment. But I think of the three bitterness songs that Regina has, this I think is the one that stands out the most. I'd rather be me. Right, this should feel an empowering number, but the concept is all wrong, because Janice is basically like, well, do you know what? It's like, fuck you, Cady. But I'm like, but Janice, you're the one who created the Cady monster in the first place, so let's do tit for tat. Who's actually responsible here? Okay, this would be really empowering if it wasn't so completely hypocritical and popcorn the kettle black. But it is quite a nice number. And then I'm gonna finish with I See Stars, because I'm not really sure, because do the fist thing. Was it basically just helping the scene along? So I See Stars, your classic end of the show number. Everyone's like, oh, we're all now lovey dovey, everyone's now besties. Completely not real life. That's complete fake. It's the great big fishy number. It actually is quite good, and because obviously by the end of it, Cady's actually able to resolve all the issues and all that. But I'm just thinking like, It's okay, but I think maybe we could have had a better big number to end the show. So one of my favourites from this act. Well, it's tricky because a lot of his act is a lot of reprises. Favourites from this act. Stop. Warburn. I will take I'd Rather Be Me. I probably will take I See Stars as well. Now it's time to move on to the characters. So, let's just remind you of our cast. Okay? So we have Cady Heron, Regina, Janice Sarkisian, I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. Damien Hubbard, Gretchen Wieners, Karen Smith, Aaron Samuels, Kevin Napor, Mrs. Heron, Mrs. Warbury, Mrs. George, Mr. DeBow. Okay, I'm just gonna, right, how am I gonna do this? We'll just focus on the kids. I mean, adults don't really get that much with, so we'll just focus on the kids. Let's do Aaron first. I think Aaron was your typical heterosexual love interest, and the pretty boy. He's got the good looks. Then all the girls fancy him. I don't think he got the most out of all the characters. I really don't. I don't think he got the fair end of the stick. He didn't. I mean, it was like his character wasn't really developed that much. You know, he was basically just there to be the love, the eye candy for the heteros. And of course, he did gets taken out at one point. Because then has to be homeschooled. So it's like, well, what's going to take about all 4 stops? And like, it was all like this production didn't know what to do with Aaron. It's like it's like the Carl song said. Aaron, sit still, look pretty. That's what your role is, mate. That's your role. That's what you gotta do. To sit there, look pretty. That's what you gotta do for your role, mate. That's your role for this production. Oh god, not sure how he feels about that, but yeah. So I kind of felt we didn't get much character from him. Same can be said for Karen. I mean, Karen was like the ditzy dumb blonde. But in that kind of, you know, posse that you get in a lot of TV shows, it's always one of the sidekicks to the head bitch is the smart one, and the other one is the dumb one. And always Karen Dunn. Even in her musical number that she got, I could not take that seriously. So I'm like, oh my god, this is really. Oh, we're going there. We're going there. Oh, we are. We're going there. Right. Okay. It's like just no. You're not doing yourself any favors. This is just downhill. It's just like, Karen, stop. You really ought to. And it was like, was there any point in the show she had like a smart moment? No, probably not. So we'll just move on. Yeah. Gretchen. Now, I thought when we first meet Gretchen, I thought, oh, she's gonna be the classic, you know, typical sidekick, where she's like, okay, I'm gonna be spying everyone, I'm gonna be puckering nose over people's business, and then gonna pull back to you, and then, you know, reveal it all in front of the whole school. But then when we got to What's Wrong With Me, that's when I saw a completely different side to Gretchen, and I kind of thought, oh, well, actually, she's actually more down to earth, and she's more relatable than you might think, because she actually really just wants to find a friend that will actually care about her, actually treat her as a friend, rather than just be someone's tool. Yeah, and Gretchen, she really was the smart one of the whole trio. She really did prove up there. I'm gonna come back to you in a moment. I'm gonna go to Damien next, and oh, he's so gay. They were even gonna try and hide that. It's like, oh, it's like, and they all mentioned it as well for the show as well. Yeah, Damien's so gay. It's like, yeah, we could all see it straight away. My gaydar when it comes to theatre productions is very, 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 very good. I mentioned it last year when I talked about when I talked about having seen I Should Be So Lucky. My gaydar works brilliant in a theatre. I was like, yep, sorry, he's so gay. And yeah, it's funny. You never really saw him in any sort of camp clothing. Because I thought David would be kind of like, well, the camp gays. Maybe like, he'd be like, you know, have the boas, have a fan, there'd be glitter all over him, he'd be in high heels dresses. No, they actually tried to make him more like a man than they did. It's like, it was almost like when they tried to hide the fact he is gay, even though I think everybody pretty much could tell he is so gay. Yeah. I mean, he had the camp voice, but apart from that, the rest of it was all they did to try to hide it. They're like, you know, it's all, but I was like, oh, it's like, you know, just let him just live life, you know. He's clearly proud of being who he is. So why are we trying to make him hide it by wearing these clothes that would be more appropriate, you know? Just like, yeah, and I mean, he was brilliant, wasn't he? It was just like, yeah, it's a bit. And of course, he had a brilliant moment in the second act, which obviously was stolen from him. Janice. Now, I mean, I thought she was good. There were times I thought, oh, it was the second act. It's into first act, made me love Janice. Second act, I was like, this is it's like, it's just, I don't know. It was like, you're losing me now. You're losing me. Particularly when we got to her number, I'd rather be me. I'm like, oh, she's lost me. But then I think might bring it back towards the end of the show. But yeah. And Janice is clearly the great mastermind of the whole operation. Anyway, she knows to come up with these plans, and you know, I love how she's a bit sarcastic every now and then. She's a bit narky. That was quite brilliant. Yes, I thought it was quite good. Okay, should we do Regina, Cady? I think we'll do Regina next. What a cold-hearted bitch. And of course, if you've seen the film, you know that she really is a true cold-hearted bitch. But there was no. It was almost like there was not a single remorseful or likable feature in her body. It's like she's completely cold-hearted. It's all about me. Like, well, it's like she doesn't, and she proved it throughout the show. She does not care who she tramples on to get her own way. But what I thought weird at the end was how after she gets hit by the bus, she has this kind of weird personality transplant. I'm like, no, that's not really it's not really convincing, is it? And then she starts being sort of nicey. Then in the final number, when they're basically, you know, all four, so Karen, Gretchen, Regina and Cady all hugging, I'm like, no. This is not believable. This is just, no. I'm not buying it. I'm not sort of buying it. And unfortunately, I've only seen the film once, so I don't remember what happens to her in the film, so I can't really compare that. But of course, we're not doing that because we're focused on this production, on the musical, not the film. But like, towards that, I was like, no, I'm not buying the whole she's now being nicey. No, you can get away with it. Get away. Not buying that one bit. No. But I love how the whole show, they keep up that mean girl pretense. She's able to be just stone cold hearted throughout the entire musical. I absolutely love that about her. Brilliant. So Cady. Now, Cady's interesting. Again, mention about the film. In the film, I did not like Cady at all. One bit. Come to the musical. The first act is kind of making me like Cady. But then the second act is when it then starts to go downhill. And I'm starting to like her less and less and less. Because obviously the second act, they kind of make her more Regina than Regina. It's like, can you find a way to act top Regina? Oh, we have. We created even bigger monster. No. But I do feel with the first act, you know, she's trying to fit in, you know, and she's trying, you know, she's gullible, a little bit naive, you know, she's like, I'll go along with it, you know, this is probably not the right thing to do. And then the second act, it's almost like she's completely different. It's like she's taking on that Regina persona, like, and there are bits Regina you do see come out of her. And also, it's like, oh, that was not, she clearly cannot handle her drink. No. But again, by the end, she does become likeable again. But you know, but I just feel, I mean, mostly I do like her, but then there's bits where they kind of try and make her look like Regina. It's like, it's like, you're losing me. You're losing me. It's like with Janet. It's like, no, you had me. Now you're losing me again. It's like, yeah. So I think this is gonna be tough to choose favorite character. Because really, there are about five. Yeah, about 5 I could make a case for. Gretchen, Damien, Janice, Regina, and Cady. And the question is, who out of those 5 did I like the most? Tough, isn't it? Tough one. All 5 had their moments. I think Gretchen and Damien were the only 2 who did not have any moments in the show where I was like, you're losing me. Whereas Cady did, Janice did, and Regina did. But Regina's happened right at the very end, so could you maybe put her back into the race and knock Cady and Janice out? I think maybe we're talking overall, it has to be between Damien and Gretchen. So I think that's what it is. So Damien or Gretchen? Who am I going to give it to? I think... Right. Okay, I'm going to go for it. I'm going to say that my favourite was... Well, I'm afraid that's all we've got time for. Until next time, that's Showtime.
Cautionary tale of fear and lust and pride based on actual events where people died.
No one died, but how far would you go to be popular and hot? Would you resist temptation?
No, you would not. Just admit it.